Explorers Stadium is the stage, Orlando City and the Colorado Rapids the protagonists. A cross-conference matchup in scorching hot Orlando. Alongside Lloyd Sam, I'm Eric Krakauer. Matchday 18, pitting the two clubs that have struggled the most on home turf in their respective conferences against each other. Orlando have won just 2 of their 8 home matches in familiar confines. A similar story for Colorado. Home form, their Achilles heel. They'll be pleased to be playing in hostile territory, having put together a respectable record on their travels, tallying 9 points. After much chopping and changing, Oscar Pareja appears to have found a formula for consistency. It's copy and paste, Pareja repeating the same 11 as in the previous 2 matches. Facundo Torres scoring his first brace in MLS last time out against the New York Red Bulls.
It's that word you said, consistency. That's what's helped this team. It's been the personnel and the formation. 4 at the back is much better for Orlando City. Pereira up there, Cara, Angulo, Torres. Let's see them do their stuff.
Fresh off his first point in 6 games, Robin Fraser makes 2 changes to his previous 11, both forced. Moise Bombito saw his first career red against San Jose. Sam Nicholson is also a scratch due to personal reasons. They're deputized by Boubacar Lalas and Brian Galvan.
We feel like this is going to be the formation. I look around at the personnel, a lot of hard work, honest guys that are going to run around, Ronan, Acosta. Then it's the front 3. They really need to get some goals and get Rapids up that table. Cabral, can he get a goal today? Luis or Bassett, they're the guys that have to do it.
Well, after torrential rain, the fans have made their way to Exploria. They are packing the place. These are the players to watch, presented by RBC Wealth Management, proud partner of Major League Soccer. And we begin with Ivan Angulo, who has come alive on the wing.
When you see guys like Torres, Pereira, that come and they want the ball to feet, you need a guy that's going to run in behind. Here's Ivan Angulo. You see him on screen, getting in behind, getting a nice slip ball from Ojeda that time. And the formation changes really helped him. It means he doesn't have to defend as much. He can just get vertical like he does here against the Red Bulls. He's our player to watch.
Connor Ronan is Colorado's assist leader. 5 of them tallied in the month of May.
And you know, Jack Price went down and they were really concerned who was going to pick up the slack that he leaves. And Connor Ronan, as you said, 5 assists in the month of May. He's really picked it up. Delivery from set pieces, open play as well. We can find guys in behind with through balls. He's our player to watch for Colorado.
Well, those were the players to watch, presented by RBC Wealth Management, proud partner of Major League Soccer. A Colorado visit will elicit fond memories from Orlando supporters. 3 games, 3 wins for the Lions. The last one, a nail-biting shootout. 4-3 the final score. Kickoff is around the corner.
Mukhtar with some space has gone beyond Martinez and he's in. Hadi Mukhtar! You cannot give him that kind of chance!
Lindo pase para Cucho. ¡Qué golazo! de Canadien! Magnifique frappe, il fixe Duke.
This is the head-to-head presented by GMC. We are professional grade. Expected goals, the metric that measures the probability of a goal being scored, shows us that Orlando are scoring the goals they're supposed to, that they're creating. Unfortunately for the Lions, not enough, especially at home, just 9. It also tells us that Colorado should have scored more goals than they have. 14 so far. The Rapids need to find a consistent scorer. Diego Rubio still out. It's Pride Night at Exploria, and we saw the supporter section paying tribute to the 49 victims of the Pulse nightclub. Everybody here standing and applauding. We pay our respects to all involved. There's Oscar Pareja. He told us home form had to improve. Blame results on the inability to carve through tight defensive blocks. And for that pensive man there, Robin Fraser, well, they just need points. Right now, second worst in the Supporter Shield standings. So a lot to play for here tonight, Lloyd Sam.
A lot to play for. I mean, I'm excited because I know Orlando, I know what they're thinking. They're thinking home form. We're doing well, but let's get our home form going, so it's a big game for them. Colorado, you look at the form guide, you know, all the losses, then the draw last game, you know, that looked a bit up for them. And now they're coming to a tough place, even though Orlando haven't been winning. The kind of players Orlando have is always going to be tough here. You know, they'll take anything they can get.
Well, that's something that Robin Fraser told us, that any one of the players in Orlando's 11 can turn a game on its head in a matter of seconds. That's what these fans here will hope for. There was a delay. They have filed in, and they are boisterous. Rosendo Mendoza is the man in charge, awaiting his signal. The ball is kicked into play. Orlando City and the Colorado Rapids facing off at Exploria Stadium for the first time since 2019. Alongside Lloyd Sam, I'm Eric Krakauer. This is Faco Torres on the ball. A quick attack here from the Lions. Ball crossed and a first corner. Both these sides going through Jekyll and Hyde campaigns, Lloyd, where they're better on the road than they And that is it for the first 45 here at Exploria. Goose eggs on the scoreboard. Colorado going a man down after Brian Galvan got his marching orders for a high boot on Wilder Cartagena. That man there has had the biggest moment of the match. Marko Ilic with a big save to keep Orlando off the boards. Welcome to the halftime report presented by Audi. Scoreless between Orlando and Colorado after a first stanza of soccer here at Exploria Stadium. Alongside Lloyd Sam, I'm Eric Krakauer. Here's a look at the very best action in the first 45.
Very best action. There's not been too much. And you'll know that from the chances we're about to show. Here's Torres. You know, not a very strong shot in the end there, but it does well to kind of shield the ball and shoot through legs. Easy for Ilic on that one. Orlando been attacking though as the home team, as you would expect. Rafael Santos, then those loose hips, whipping balls in. Look at this great ball for Urgent Kara. Urgent Kara expects a little bit better on the finish there, maybe to hit the target. It's a really good ball, but there is a defender right in his face. Then the game would change on this moment right here. There's Brian Galvan. Honestly, I don't know why he's not avoided Cartagena more. You've got to avoid the player when them studs are up. I don't think it's intentional. They both had their studs up, but Cartagena avoids Galvan. That's the big difference. And this is the best chance of the half here. Comes into Pereira from Carl Smith. Good save from Ilic. Really good from Pereira and Carl Smith there.
Heads up defending as well from Wallace Abubakar. Here's a look at the statistical tale of the game. Not much in front of goal except for that Pereira chance. Possession, well, much more on the side of the Lions.
Yeah, looking at 0.02 expected goals. Colorado haven't done enough even with 11 men. Orlando will want to push and get that goal in the second half for sure.
They're going to have to tighten the screws on Colorado, who are a man down. Let's look at the attacking zones for Orlando. And you said it, the loose hips of Rafael Santos, the biggest threat the Lions have had tonight.
Oh, it's been the biggest threat. He's got down and consistently delivered. I'll count about 4 balls he's whipped in. I want to see Urgent Kara a little bit more active, understanding that he's a good left back at whipping balls in. Let me get on the move while the ball's coming, in time for the ball.
The onus of attacking responsibility squarely on the shoulders of Orlando City. They are a man up. 0-0 between Orlando and Colorado. More to come. Stay with us. Welcome back to the halftime report presented by Audi. 0-0 between Orlando and Colorado, but plenty of action elsewhere. Let's look at the very best of match day 17.
We are in the spectacular Allianz Field tonight. An electric atmosphere. We might be experiencing fireworks again tonight. Bernardeschi for Richie Larea. Across it goes, chance! And Toronto have opened the scoring. Arriaga, it's there! In the 89th minute, Carmen Arriaga finds an equalizer.
Parece buena, arriba, el remate de cabeza, sí, gol.
Tommy, son pied droit, premier poteau, c'est dangereux! Et voilà le premier but! Acosta, chasing it down in the box. Flag stays down, Acosta!
Con el centro, el remate. Still there for the taking. And it is two. And it's Rubin again. El robo de balón cae para Cristian Ramírez. Quiere disparar Ors.
Decidimos continuar el camino ahí.
Kind of form, man, that's a really, really big acquisition, as we all know. But we get to commentate on him, hopefully. Players get to play against him. This trickles down to everybody in the league at any level right now.
There is going to be a Leo Messi tour all over this country and Canada, of course. He leaves European football as Europeans football all-time top scorer. Of course, as you mentioned, World Cup champion. It's the last trophy that he needed to win. 7 Ballon d'Or awards and international goals. Welcome to Major League Soccer, Leo Messi. We're going to enjoy having you here. But for us now, second half on the way. Coaches have had their team talks. Players back on the pitch here at Exploria as Orlando and Colorado get set to get the second half underway. This is the Supporter Cam brought to you by Hotels.com. Find your perfect somewhere on the Hotels.com app. Plenty of drumming here tonight. There's been plenty of noise, Lloyd, Sam. Not enough action in front of goal, and that is perhaps one of the reasons why both coaches have gone to the bench. Just worth noting as well, as we celebrate Pride Night, we also celebrate those who lost their lives at Pulse nightclub in 2016.
There's going to be more action in this half. I can guarantee you, 11 against 10, it's going to open up a little bit more. But one team is definitely going to be attacking more than the other anyway. World-class analysis.
Colorado, that's why you get paid the big bucks. Colorado will be doing most of the defensive heavy lifting, you think, in this second half. The onus very much on Orlando to search for that opening goal. They've made changes, so have Colorado. We'll go through those in a second. We just saw one of them for the Rapids. It's Stephen Beitashour, the right back, has come in. And the ball is back in play at Exploria, 0-0 between Orlando and Colorado. Colorado, a man down after Brian Galvan was sent off. Beitashour has come in for Kevin Cabral.
Alan Kirbishley was the manager anyway.
Well, the curtain comes down here at Exploria. Orlando City with a win at home. They increase their undefeated run in familiar confines to 4. 2-0 the score over the Colorado Rapids, who went down to 9 after Brian Galvan and Lalas Abubakar were sent off. The winning goal, or the goal that confirmed all 3 points for Orlando, scored by Enrique, his first for the club, as it ends Orlando 2, Colorado 0. Facu Torres and Ramiro Enrique, the scorers tonight, as Orlando take all 3 points at home for only the 3rd time this season. and they continue their perfect streak against the Colorado Rapids. That's 4 games against the Rapids at home, all wins.
And this was a big part of the game, big part of the storyline. It was 0-0, 40th minute. Brian Galvan, got to avoid that player there. Cartagena takes a stud to the midriff. And then in the second half, you know, they were probing, trying to get it. Rafael Santos delivered about 10 balls into that 6-yard box. It felt like comes back around to Torres. Not the greatest striker in the world, but sometimes you get a bit of luck. You know, Marko Ilic in goal has been doing great. This he can do nothing about in the end with the kind of deflection it takes. There's Pereira, he's going to get an assist for that as well. Facu gets it out of his feet. And there it is in the back of the net. Colorado down to 10 men, but it would get worse for them. Lalas Abubakar, this one less of a freak red card. This is, he just needs to be smarter while on the yellow. You know, you're getting nice and tight to a player that can cause problems and then pulls him back. That's the right card, the second yellow card for a pull. That's how it normally goes. And then right towards the end of the game, you would see this kind of situation quite a lot in the game. A lot of time for Orlando players. Watch Torres here, getting a lot of touches on the ball, taking his time, surveying, picking out Enrique, edge of the box. He has time, everybody has time at this point. Well, it's a really good slot into the corner, but here you see it again, taking his time out to the edge of the box. Ramiro wants to get in on the act, puts it in the corner, nice little finish there.
Here's a look at the final stats from the game. Lion's share of possession, and they made it count, Lloyd Sam.
They made it count. I mean, you know, there should be red cards there. I think that's the most important stat that we would be looking at. If there's yellow cards, but maybe we need to get red cards in as well. 2-0. That was the important stat for today's game.
Completely changed the complexion of the game when Brian Galvan was sent off for a high boot. Here is a look at the XG, and you see that big one there in front of goal for Orlando City. Funny enough, that one didn't count. 2 from outside the box did. They've only scored 3 from outside the box this season. So a lot more chances for Orlando City as they peppered Marko Ilic. Ilic, better yet, his goal. He was tremendous, but he couldn't stop 2 of them from going in. More to come. 2-0, the score for Orlando. Their 7th win in this campaign, which propels them into 7th place. And it's been goals galore this Saturday in Major League Soccer. We got 2 of them here, but check out this scoreboard. 3-1 for Atlanta against DC United. Charlotte and Seattle going punch, counter punch.
3-3. What commentators had that game?
What commentators had that game? They had a lot of fun. Montreal with a monumental win against Minnesota United, fresh off of losing the Canadian Cup final to Vancouver. And look at that result as well. The Houston Dynamo taking LAFC to task.
Wow.
They've been excellent at home so far this season. Columbus winning away. Sporting Kansas City have just turned around their campaign. Through 9 games this season, they had as many red cards as they had goals. 3. Completely different story now for Peter Vermees, who's figured it out. Still some more to come. We'll wrap things up here from Exploria. The narrative has shifted for Orlando in Colorado. Orlando having trouble winning at home. Well, they did so tonight against Colorado, who succumbed to their 9th defeat. Here's a look at the standings, Lloyd Sam, and it is a constant shifting of positions.
It is. FC Cincinnati still leading it. Pat Noonan, you know what I think of him, Eric? He's doing a great job over there. Oh, I look straight away into Miami down at the bottom. They got someone coming in, though, so they might fly up the table. Let's see what happens.
Not too much distance, though, between 15th and 9th. 2 more spots to get you into the playoffs. Orlando now north of that border. Here is the Western Conference. St. Louis getting it done.
They are.
Tremendous results.
I'm a little worried about LAFC right now, you know, just because of the result today and what's been happening, you know, losing in CONCACAF Champions League. You just don't know if there's a little hangover there.
Absolutely, but they do have plenty of games in hand exactly because of that competition. A look at what's in store for us next week. It's not a full slate of games, but plenty to feast on. NYCFC against Columbus, that's going to be a really good one with 2 attacking teams. Orlando will go to play against the New England Revolution. Nashville St. Louis, that one is interesting to say the least.
And we have the weekend off.
And so we do have the weekend off. We can watch more than one of those games. SKC, who are now in great form against LAFC. Well, for Lloyd Sam, our entire crew, I'm Eric Krakauer. For other scores, highlights, and the latest news from around MLS, check out My Sports in the Apple News app Thanks for watching MLS on Apple TV. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.